I just want to show you exactly what this looks like. You've got the tree lighting ceremony over here. You have a man playing Christmas carols on one side, and then on the absolute opposite direction here, we have a standoff between protesters and police. One business, 2 barns, and 4 homes all destroyed. This is the business right here.
We got off in Tacoma, Washington, and about 10-15 minutes after we got off, the train that we were on derailed.
Over 400 bus drivers are on strike. This affects 12,000 students. I want to give you a look behind me as the strike is now underway here in South Seattle. This proposal comes after a whole lot of work. A team of 50 people worked for several weeks trying to come up with an idea how they can get Amazon to Tacoma. This train has derailed. There's multiple emergency vehicles spread throughout Interstate 5, the busiest roadway in this region, and we have a very big problem on our hands. As the 6 a.m. Amtrak left the Seattle station, Rudy Wetzel began his journey home to Centralia. I spoke with him on board. And you said you're a commuter down to Centralia, so this is a nice option for you.
Yes, it certainly is. It gives me more time to get my job done in Centralia and continue on.
Minutes after we talked, I exited, but Rudy kept going. And he was here in car 3, seat 15, when Amtrak 501 derailed.
It's just total shock. I thought initially it was an explosion.
12 hours after I met him, Rudy spoke with us from his hospital bed in Olympia.
I was trying to sleep, and when the crash occurred, and it was totally dark, and I could only see a little bit, I felt that any minute, this whole thing was going to collapse on me.
He broke his back in multiple places, but the 81-year-old still managed to crawl out of the wreckage.
It was a short, very scary thing.
He had nothing but praise for those who came to his rescue.
It was very professional. Everybody was nice and very hardworking. It was just horrible. I've seen car wrecks before, but I have never seen anything quite like this.
My portrait is to tell somebody I care.
Michael Regan is a Vietnam veteran and an artist who's dedicated his career after combat to drawing 5,200 portraits of fallen soldiers. In 2003, Regan launched the Fallen Heroes Project, but a few years ago, the effort took a turn.
I'm going to say the last 3 years, my low estimate is I've done 100 of these, but I'll bet I've done almost 200.
He started drawing emergency responders, drawing people like Pierce County Deputy Daniel McCartney.
The official thing is he's responding to a break-in call, and he was trying to get to a place to protect the people that were potential victims. But I know that what he did was he said, it's my job to make the people secure, and I'm going to do the job, and it cost him everything he had.
This week, the deputy's family received this free portrait that will hang on their wall. The face of a 34-year-old Navy veteran, husband, and father.
The kids are going to look at this picture and see their dad looking at them. It's going to help them in ways they don't know yet. But it's going to be their dad hanging on the wall looking at them.
In the days, months, and years ahead, McCartney's family will see what we all see.
I see a hero who had a wonderful family and just decided to go to work one day to protect the people in his area, and who's now an angel in heaven.
USA! Woo! Lyndon, Washington is home to 12,000 people. Go Trump! Woo! And today it was home to one of the most controversial presidential candidates in American history.
He could shoot somebody in the center of the street in Fifth Avenue and I would still vote for him.
It's pretty sweet.
Donald Trump's visit to Whatcom County brought out thousands of his biggest supporters.
I expect greatness.
Supporters like Tabitha Staton, who arrived 15 hours before the 3 p.m. speech.
This is my 3rd Red Bull of the day just to stay awake so I could be here today.
All right! Though there were plenty who are passionate about the billionaire businessman. Stop Trump! Stop Trump! Not everyone was happy to see him. Look at this woman. She was one of hundreds of protesters who made the trip too.
A ban on an entire religion is the most un-American thing you can do.
By mid-afternoon, Trump's plane landed in Bellingham, and soon he made the half-hour drive to Linden.
Can you say Trump? You can say it.
When his motorcade arrived at the fairgrounds, A lively crowd welcomed the New Yorker to Washington.
Can you imagine another 4 years of the Clintons? Seriously.
5,000 people listened to Trump. And while they cheered him on
Over and over again.
What is your argument?
the standoff in the streets continued.
What's your argument?
My taxes pay your welfare!
Though many may disagree on politics,
Go peace!
this is really what America is all about.
I think it is a great sign of America's freedom to come out and express your different viewpoints in a peaceful manner.
Democracy was at work on Donald's Day in Linden.
We love Donald Trump. Donald Trump's going to make America great again.
With photojournalist Dan Renzetti, I'm Alex Rozier, King 5 News.